and start streaming. Give me a second. I gotta just put up. I guess I gotta put out the ping.
Yeah, sorry if you hear lawnmowers in the background. I'm outside and my neighbors are mowing.
Don't worry, we can't hear it. And now that you said it, we're gonna be paying attention for it.
It's Star, can you do me
It's spring/fall. Oh, spring/summer. Sir.
Yeah,
I can try to do you a favor. Let me know what your favor is and I might be able to do it.
It's kind of
when
the same
everyone else
thing.
shuts, I can talk.
What?
It's actually kind of the same thing at my house. Someone's also mowing their lawn, and they're doing it with a
Okay,
fucking
hold.
weed whacker
Could you hold
like
up a second? Could you hold up a second? What is Solstice? What are you saying?
Whacking weeds.
Can you adjust? I don't know if you can do this, but can you adjust my token so it's more in the center? If you look when I put it over Stefano, you see it's not centered.
That is very difficult for me to try to do.
Okay.
I don't know why your token is. I don't know what. Oh, there we go. I don't know why your token was shrunk slightly, and so it was offset. Did you do it? What? Can you shrink your token? Did I do it?
No clue.
I think I did it.
Yeah, that looks centered.
Okay, shit. Yeah. The thing is, I just realized, like, I have. Anyway, hi. Oh shit. Is no one here? No one in the pre-stream? No one is there. I gotta send out the ping.
I'm
send the
here. I'm looking at it right now.
I already informed NinjaBot if he's able to make it.
NinjaBot can't make it.
No, I meant he can watch the stream.
YouTube
If he said he might
upload
be able
ping
to.
everyone. It's time for D&D.
It's celebration. Good time.
No, maybe it's best if one of us did it for you, because it seems like we tend to forget
What?
to send the ping.
For what? I sent a ping.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't want to send a ping when we start the pre-stream. That's what the pre-stream's for. Okay, right. Let's see.
Yeah, but not
Update,
everyone
change
has,
mode. That should be good. I should click this button over. No, this button over here. And this looks kind of fine. Shit, I don't know what's wrong with the. I don't know what's wrong with some of the trees. No, I'm not gonna question it. It's too late to question it now. Render. Where's the crop
You
button?
already posted it, sir. You can't unpost it.
Unpost what?
Why did you post it?
Unpost.
Why
Post
did you
what?
post it? You didn't have to post it.
Post what?
Well, there's no helping it now. It's already been done.
Who? Who did what? How dare you? I don't know who did what, but how dare you do it?
I hope someone got that reference. I hope someone got that reference.
I don't know who did this,
got
but
it
how could you?
mostly.
How dare you?
Oh, it was just a Cowboy Bebop. But I think it was a
I have the map.
Okay.
Hell yeah!
Also,
No,
also.
it was a joke.
Can we all agree that wanted posters are just cowboy call-out posts?
Yes.
I have no clue. Anyway, no one's there in the pre-stream. No one's watching, huh? Interesting.
Guess.
What is a call-out post? If not, a wanted poster.
What is this? Oh, okay, that's the... Okay. Right, let's see. I think I've got everything. Oh shit, that's what I'm missing. Drag this over to the side, Control-Shift-N, and you private
being a
tab,
dwarf is
open
awesome.
Roll20. I gotta close a bunch of random pages. Open, I can't read any of this. Okay, that should be doing good. Add a page. Just give me a page. Give me a second. Let me do this page. Hit upload. Can I?
I curse you with demonic knowledge.
No, I don't want demonic knowledge. It's not good for me. It's demonic. Right.
No,
Well,
it's
I
just
mean-
knowledge that demons have. You know, like
Yes,
your exact
forbidden knowledge.
age, you know,
Uh,
the exact amount of white
I mean-
blood cells in your body,
there we go. That's good.
how many yous there actually are.
How many me's there are? That's unfortunate. By the way, I don't think anyone's popped by the pre-stream. That's whatever. That's fine.
That's what the bots are for.
Yo,
So yes, hello and welcome to the stream, Fragile Frontier. It's just well, we don't have to worry about anyone popping by.
Yeah.
If anyone pops by later, that'd be a thing.
Just everyone appears all at once.
I'm getting advertisements. Okay.
Well,
Well, can I turn on dark mode? How do I turn on dark mode? Give me 1 second.
You're gonna have to ask
Here's the
someone
Fragile
else, 'cause,
Frontier screen.
I have forgotten.
Hell yeah! So this is where everything's nice and pretty. I don't know where the dark mode button is, so you guys are going to give me. Do you know where the dark mode button is on Roll20? Oh, there we go. I found it.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I'm
I'm a
away from the-
genius. Hell
I just
yeah.
flashbanged myself. Ow.
What did you look at?
Oof.
I clicked. I clicked. I was looking around for where dark mode was. Accidentally clicked it, turning it off.
Congratulations. You're almost as
idiot.
smart as me.
No, no.
Yes, reduce your int score. Reduce it now.
Fuck
Okay.
you. I'm immune to the status debuffs.
They
what's
can't
the
get
Pokemon
reduced.
ability that does that?
How
Okay.
dare you? How dare you? Okay, right. So, who wants to give? Okay. I don't think there's any need for introductions. Anyone who's watching, if you watched the first stream, you know what's happening. If you didn't watch the first stream, hi, we're playing
Go
D&D.
watch the front stream.
Yeah, hi,
Go
we're playing
watch it.
D&D. Me, here, the person over
Why you
here
don't watch
behind the
first stream?
board that looks kind of like a DM board. You know, this one right here, pop, up, down, up, down. Yeah. So me, I am.
Left, right.
I'm the VTuber here. I mean, ignore the fact that I'm not animated because let's be honest, that's too much. That's too much. You don't want to have too many things going on the screen.
Yeah.
So I am the DM. I'm the guy in charge. I'm also the resident artist who I didn't give credit to last time. You see all the art you see on screen? Well, not all of the art. I'll tell you if it's not my art. But you see
A
all
lot of it, though.
you see to the right all
Most
of
of
the
it.
players in their customized art. That's all mine. I'm the artist here. I drew all that shit. Here are the players. You can see in the middle of the screen all the characters pass by. You can see the name. You can see the stats and stuff. All the relevant things. It's good for you to know. It's good for me to know. And we're playing D&D. Someone let us know what happened last time. Not a lot happened. It shouldn't be hard. And if you forget even a single main event, I'm going to be so upset.
When we last our intrepid
Cheeseburger.
heroes, was they left for the elf village of Inati to check on the little girl who is under my character's care, Inati. To see if her parents are okay. Because those messengers did not come back, and that's concerning.
Extremely so.
The party met a new member to their roster, a being from the stars. There's a little snail lady. Man, we're going with that lady. Whose name was so impronounceable to them that they gave her the name Isabella.
Well, Inari gave them the name Isabella.
Yeah. And so, as their her trip was relatively a, uh, a- relatively peaceful until Sarah, the a barbarian and half-orc barbarian, noticed skeletons in the trees, which Litney, Solstice, and Razzle both dispatched without any issue. Litney not even looking at their direction, and actually cast Fireball on them. And now we are resting for a bit. Is that
And
about
during
it?
that event, right at the end,
Oh, yeah.
Fjord and Zid, one of the other NPCs, decided to play a bit of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Speaking of, to anyone here watching the stream, hello. This, as you can see, is this is the party. I have decided to show it to you guys on Tabletop Simulator because I got Tabletop Simulator for this and I love it. Just have a look, see it. This is just everyone here in the party, including all of the NPCs. So, yeah, basically, this is what we have here: a various assortment of people and players and PCs. I will just make it easy for you guys. There we go. Now it's just a mix of players. All the others are NPCs.
I'm just trying out exploding dice.
Don't
To see
worry.
if it worked.
Don't
like
worry.
it-
I have
Don't
no
forget-
clue if it works or
Don't
not.
forget Fjord.
Okay, so. Okay. And basically, we're gonna show off some new special little things. Essentially, by popular demand of the players, the new wizard girl who the party has taken with them, called Jabel Ingor, now has art. And in fact, here it is. This is the art.
Yeah, we have a little side quest with from her to get a special flower.
Yes, and here she is. She's a adorable little wizard who's like a nervous wreck. By the way, I say little. I keep saying little, okay? She's 20, she's in her mid-20s, but she's little by wizard standards.
Which is funny because
A demon can be called a scrunkly scrimbo. A 20-year-old can be called little.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's small in personality. You know, she also has an adorable little soulless-looking weasel weasel stout. We don't know what it is, but that's her familiar. She hasn't showed it up yet, but it's there in her art because it's standard affair for a wizard to have their familiar in their art. This, by the way, I'm going to be sharing in the Discord and somewhere else also. Probably like Twitter or something as a free resource. If anyone wants to use this as an NPC or whatever for D&D related things, feel free, go ahead. I'll be sharing that. And also,
I hope
credit the original artist.
my name's not on it. I should put my name on it, but I didn't put my name on it. Whatever.
Yeah.
You guys know it's mine. And now we have Fjord, who's do you see over there on the right-hand side there's a bear? Yeah, so that bear, he's not a player, just so you understand. He's the co-DM. The co-DM who basically controls a certain amount of the bad guys, the enemies. Sometimes I'll give him, sometimes I'll let him roll for a big bad guy because, he has impressive rolls as compared to my non-impressive rolls. And this is
compared to Star, I have an unhinged amount of luck.
And this is Fjord.
Occasionally concerning.
This is Fjord, a terrifying eldritch skeletal being who loves bread. He is with the party. He is essentially, this is his the closest he's gonna get to a player character by his own choice. This is not gonna be a free resource.
For now, at least.
This is not gonna be a free resource because this is considered a player character. As far as art goes. Unless Bear here says otherwise. Okay.
Maybe one day I'll just decide that, you know what, it's time for me to make an actual proper character.
Yeah, so
and at that time,
we'll see. That's everything done for now. And we're going to leave Theater of the Mind because I don't think we need to be here anymore.
No, we...
Yeah.
No one deserves to be with a giant starlight. Especially not with that board.
We're not king shaming.
So here we go. And I
I
got to
can't
remember
believe
to.
that you didn't even notice what I did to you.
What did you do to me?
Look at your forehead.
Done.
Hold up, fucking. Let's come back here. What did?
Wait, let me see. I didn't see it.
Oh my god.
Ah!
It's
And the
Right
bully.
Looks
there,
like
it's
they
from-
passed their IRL stealth check. Congrats, you gained 30 XP.
I mean, it's not true. It's not false. It's not false, okay? But
Mean.
It's been there for like since the beginning of the stream almost. Like seriously, did you guys really not notice that?
no.
Oh no,
yeah.
Star just passively in their own
was
imagination
looking
puts
at
that there.
other-
So when they looked at it in reality, it just, oh, well, that makes sense.
Anyway.
Don't worry, I'm
We're getting
removing it.
We're
I'm
getting off
removing it.
topic. We're getting off topic.
Oh, by the way, this is the usual format for this kind of D&D session. It's gonna get a lot more chaotic, Streamfolk. Streamfolk. You know what? I'm adding that to a D&D campaign, a group of people who live in streams.
Okay, fine.
Any hoozles?
Okay, let's get started.
Okay.
Star, did we get?
Yes.
Were we able
We're
to get
going to
short or
come
long
here. We're here in the world map. Let's go. Let's close all that. We're
Kumquat.
here in the world map. I was gonna be like, I don't know why everyone's invisible, but that's because I was looking at the map view. Okay. So the party has moved, even though it's not
By the
done.
way,
The party has moved over here to the second token. That's where we've reached, by the way, right now. Essentially, as you guys were driving, it's been about 5-ish. I don't remember if it's about 5 hours. It's been 5 p.m. Either way, you guys left it known, so it'd be the same thing either way. You were ambushed
Correct.
by a bunch of skellies. 3 skellies, by
Yes.
the way, which...
4 actually.
What? Yes,
4.
We got ambushed by a lot of skeletons.
we got ambushed by 4
4.
skeletons, some of whom died so fast I don't remember how many there were.
Yeah.
I think there were 4 or something.
Yeah, because as I set part of the forest on fire.
There was at least
Fireball.
some.
There were a number of skeletons. You're gonna have to look back at the previous stream. I believe there were probably 1, 2, 3. There were probably 4. To have 3 skeletons in
Yeah.
a triangular formation and 1 skeleton in a tree. The guy in the tree survived the shatter, but he was hit by a fireball and then an angry fairy paladin. So he didn't survive much at all. Then again, they were all skeletons,
I
so they
wouldn't
didn't.
call her-
They were all skeletons, so they failed survival from step 1. I'm gonna
They're brought into this
ask
world
you
with a
guys the
horrible
part.
stat block.
I'm gonna ask you guys the party. Right after you dealt with the skeletons, I know Solstice was basically picking their bones, essentially just for, essentially bone meal. And now I have to question you guys. What did you exactly do? Like, did you gather the bones and immediately set off on the road? Did you sit down for a moment? Basically, I'm leaving this up to you because I'm not dictating any of your player movements.
We have shit
our-
to do,
And by the
so
way-
we moved on.
Yeah, we did kind of rest a bit, I believe.
Yeah. For the people
We
in
can,
stream,
we can,
yeah. Just for the people in stream, the party started here in the frontier town. And they're trying to go over here to Inari. They've gone 1 hex. Each hex will take a day by wagon, unless it's over the mountains. That'll take a lot longer. We're not going to question how long that's
Yeah.
going to take. They're not going to go over the mountains. So
Why, we're not going to question how long it's going to take.
basically, you guys aren't going to be, unless you guys push yourself, you're not going to be able to go into another hex today. So my question is
All right.
basically, what are you planning on waiting, taking a moment to recover, looking around the area, or are you just going to straight up, just pick up your loot and just head off? That's my main question to you guys.
head off. We can rest it. We can rest in the wagon.
All right, just know that I only have like 1 3rd level spell slot left.
I mean, yeah, you can.
You recovered if you
you can take a short rest in the wagon carriage.
All right,
I'm just asking you guys what the order of business is.
I would say
Basically,
yeah,
looked everything, then
Okay.
we
Yeah.
got shit to do.
Well,
Cool.
I mean, we kind of did that off session, but of course, Why is the token still called nameless? Well, Isabella would show off her true
So
form
for
at the
you,
party.
your true form, are you showing that now, or are you going to show that during the long rest when they
We
set up camp?
saw the true form.
I know,
We already
I
did
know,
that in
but
our
I
team,
want
okay?
to just give everyone another chance to basically verbalize their reaction if they want. I just see
Well,
I'm just questioning the timeline of events. Is that happening now or in the
I would
camp?
say long rest.
That's my main. That's
During
just my
the-
It
question.
shouldn't take. It shouldn't
I
take too
mean-
long to show it off. So before
Okay.
we get on
Honestly-
again.
So for everyone watching, Isabella drops concentration, and as they have the aberration transformation level 2, they reveal their
From
true
Hollow.
form, turning from this somewhat adorable weird sea snail into this other somewhat adorable kind of squid snail. From a sea snail to a sea squid.
Ah, yes, the ultimate transformation.
Yes.
Squib.
So
Well-
so basically we're not going to go into too much detail of what exactly she looks like. As you can see, that is art that exists. I do not need to explain the wriggling massive tentacles with the multiple teeth that shouldn't probably be there, the many golden phosphorus little things all over her that may or may not be eyes.
Phosphor?
Phosphorus. I don't know, bioluminescent, and then the green, the
Bioluminescent.
cyan bioluminescent nonsense within her. We're not going to talk about any of this, but essentially, that is what she has revealed to the party. The reactions from the NPCs are little owl boy Zid.
Neutral.
Yes, the little owl boy Zid. This one right over here. God bless his soul. He is very hard to read. As you can see,
Overwhelmingly neutral.
as you can see, his face is floofy and he has a tiny beak. He cannot emote. Maybe he cares, maybe he doesn't. We'll never know. Jabil,
Yeah, we'll know
the
if
local
someone asks.
wizard, stares wide-eyed in horror. But once they are done, acts as if that never happened, as they have repressed the trauma. That is surely the healthy thing to do. Dave, the ranger who doesn't like aberrations, seems a bit more at ease knowing that, they're not hiding anything. They still give them the shifty eyes, but they don't give them a glare. Inadi doesn't know what to think. That's amazing. That's cool. That's scary. That's cool. That's scary. That's cool. That's scary. She is stuck in a process of I don't know what to think. The duck doesn't give a fuck.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
duck.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. The duck is there.
There is a duck following the party, by the way, in case anyone didn't know. Why is there a duck following the party?
Watches
They
from a
wanted.
distance.
They did a gotcha pull and they got a duck. Okay, what can I say? It's either good
Don't
luck
ask.
or good luck or bad luck.
Depends on who you ask.
And I'm going to say that is unless you guys want to verbalize once again what your exact reaction would be.
Litney is like, hey, oh my gosh, that's so cool. While Razzle is like,
Just so you know,
You peaked your mic so hard.
It peaked his mic so hard, it sounded like that was actually just a mouse squeaking. That was a mouse squeaking. But most of the party here can understand that in words. For cursed reasons. We do not question why.
yes, cursed with speak with animal.
Only the listening
Well,
part.
yeah, I'm not cursed. It's one of my invocations for me personally, but for the rest, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a curse.
Yep.
Where's the other party's reactions to this?
I don't remember. I
Yeah,
don't.
already.
Yeah. Anyway, again, if you want to verbalize it, you can. Otherwise, we're good because this was done off stream. I just wanted to bring it up because I need to show off the art. Because if at any
Yeah.
point I just suddenly bring out a new token, I don't want people to be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Okay,
What
There's still
room?
probably gonna be people who don't know, but
don't worry about it.
it's on
That's
them.
all I'm gonna ask. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is essentially how we're gonna do it. You guys are going to have the benefit of a short rest in your in the carriage after that fight because you immediately left. We're going to have someone here roll another d12 just to see if anything happens. It's unlikely anything's going to happen today unless you roll. If you roll a 9, something might happen, but I'm going to be honest, it's very
I'm rolling
unlikely a
it.
combat's going to happen. Oh
Never mind,
shit!
Bear
Well,
You were
fuck.
safe.
Well, Bear,
This is
you
why
rolled
should
a
not be asked to
9.
roll.
This is why
This
you
is why you
don't
don't
name a
tell me to
specific
roll.
number. You don't say the number you don't want them to roll.
I'm gonna
Then
be
you
on.
curse them to roll it.
I'm gonna be honest. That was going to be a 9 and a bow. Something's gonna happen, but a 9 is something very specific. Shit, I wasn't prepared for this to happen so early.
Gaslight the DM.
Wait, are we
Bully the DM.
This is why you
Is it-
don't tell me to
is
get a
he about-
specific number.
No,
It's gonna immediately appear.
Solstice, no, this is not that. There's a different event.
Okay.
That one's not gonna happen on day 1. He's not that close. Let's see.
Yep.
Shit.
Oh,
Well-
now I'm curious who who Star is referring to.
So as you're traveling through this forest tile, well, I say forest tile. As you're traveling through this forest, it's a bit of a shortcut. Dave basically pointed it out. He's like telling you where to go to essentially avoid as much as possible. Any blockages. You're getting through the forest as fast as you could go through plains, which is pretty cool and fairly impressive. While he doesn't seem to be particularly excellent at combat, he seems to be decent at his job at doing this, at least. Well, this is the job you
Doc-
hired him for, so what do you expect? As you're driving through this forest, you notice that the road's getting a bit more muddy, because you're not really going through a road right now, because you're breaking off. You're not going towards you're not going towards Costatia. You're going towards the Forbidden Forest. Obviously, not many people go here, so you're just following a path, animal paths, just clearing stuff like that. And the path underneath you is getting like a bit more muddy, a bit wetter, The horses are fine, but there's a bit of mud getting kicked up every time they're walking as, you seem to be somewhat close to a, you're not sure what. It's not big enough to be a lake. Maybe there's a pond nearby, a stream maybe. You're not entirely certain. But as you're clipping and clopping, there's just like a little feeling of something is, I wouldn't say off. There's just that, I would like anyone here, just one person. You guys pick a person.
I can.
Roll survival. Just pick someone here. Roll survival. Not an NPC,
Survival.
a player
Who has the
specifically.
best survival?
Alright.
Let's see here. Survival. That's a whisk skill.
I
Sarah's-
have a 1.
That would be.
Sarah has a 1 too.
I got -1, so not me.
Yeah, I have a 0.
Screw it. I'll have
I
Razzle
know.
do it.
I imagine Isabella. Don't you have a +2? Did something happen to your mic, Isabella? Lav?
Sorry, what?
Lavian,
You have a +2
Oh,
in
sorry.
wisdom, so I imagine you might have survival.
Well, actually, let me check.
You
Sorry, I
are the
didn't realize
guide.
You were talking to me. I was thinking about Texas Hold'em. Don't question why. Anyway, so
I'm saying
I am
we want one
inexplicably curious.
Yeah, we want one person in the party to roll survival, just one, and it has to be a player.
survival. I don't.
Just keeps
actually-
going.
Wait,
Nobody's
I
gonna do
do.
it.
I do. There you go.
17. Nice. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect a decent roll immediately. But here's what we're gonna do. So, Isabella, you were hired as a guide. You were not hired as a guide for this particular forest. You were hired as a guide for Forbidden Forest. But you're kind of keeping your eye out. You're trying to not, put up a bad showing, like as soon in the very first day itself. You'd prefer to show that you're reliable before you get into serious shit.
I mean, honestly, Banakafalata is also helping me keep an eye out, so...
Yep. So the two of you are basically trying to actually put up like a bit more of an effort. So you're like probably poking your head out, like just so you can like get a better view of where you're exactly going. Because that's like, this is the kind of carriage which is adjacent to what a noble would use. It's kind of like made in the with a vague idea, but not particularly any of the comfort or luxury. So there's a little sliding panel where you can like acting like a window where you can just open up and you can see nicely through the front between both the drivers. And as you like looking, you just
Yeah,
get like a
I'm assuming like the way I do this is like I'm sitting my back and I guess shell mostly turned to the window as I look like I'm side looking to the side at the party, but the two like lights which are in my actual eyes at the corners of my mouth just extend on top of like eye stalks and are out the window, you know?
Hmm. So as you're doing this, you kind of get this slightly it's not odd feeling. It's a feeling you're kind of used to, but it's the
Mhm.
feeling a prey would feel if they're in the presence of some uncomfortables.
Uh-oh.
Banakafalata speaks up and says, "My mistress does believe that we are being either followed or stalked."
That's not
So
good.
this is going to be another moment where we have a this is going to be another moment where we have like a fight ish encounter, whatever you want to call it, in a place that's not really a known map because I didn't know where you'd find this. So as
Um,
you slowly approach this lake, as the ground gets muddier and muddier, would you want to slow down and stop in response to hearing that, or speed up?
first, can
Speed up.
well, first, can I
I
have
think.
a Ratchel roll perception? I'm away from the computer right now with my dog, but
Oh right.
she
Rachel specifically?
like see if like where is it, like see if she can't confirm that something's following them.
Okay, sure. I can open up Rachel's sheet, I guess. I don't know where it is.
My wolves have
You know what?
advantage on
You know what?
perception with
Just give me
smell.
this. Just give me this. Someone tell me a passive perception. I'll. That's very simple. I know. Litney's got a 10. Okay, I know
14 for
Razzle's
my
got
dog.
11. Someone's
Before we
got.
do a fight scene, can I try
I-
to Shanghai this situation?
I don't know what that means, but you can absolutely try. I watched that
I can
movie.
try to avoid any physical altercations through the use of one of my new spells.
I think I've watched whatever movie you probably are referencing, but I have no clue. You're gonna have to tell me.
What? I'm just gonna major image the carriage.
Oh, not Shanghai like Russia. You're gonna shenanigans. Sure, you can absolutely major image the carriage. Is it going to be in front of you?
What do you mean in front of me?
Is it going to? Are you trying to major image the carriage in front of the actual carriage?
No, I'm gonna make it look like it's not a carriage.
What are you trying to make it
Thus
look
making.
as?
Hmm.
Because remember,
How about
this is not invisibility.
colossal beast?
If people are aware of us, it won't do any difference
Listen,
if we are being followed.
listen. It might do something. I just need to know what you're doing, and something
Yeah.
might or might not happen.
Before you do that, my pack will smell the air and see if they can sense anything. 23.
Okay, with a 23, I'm gonna say smelling might not help, but Guess what? It's a 23
also-
regardless of smelling, that's a 23. Oh?
They have advantage on
Yeah,
smell
I
and
know.
hearing.
They
so
have
as long-
advantage on smelling and hearing. Hearing works a lot better. So, Razzle,
Yeah.
could you just like describe to me what exactly you major imaging the carriage into looking, please? Just some
I
kind of
was gonna make
specifics.
it look like a giant monster in the hopes of scaring off some lesser monster.
Hmm.
Make it a
But what if
Tarrasque.
Okay, what kind of Tarrasque walks through a forest? Besides, it's
A
only a
baby
20-foot cube. I could only make a 20-foot monster thing.
A baby Tarrasque.
Yes.
No.
Doesn't
Baby
Terras
dragon.
shit in the
Okay,
woods?
right. So you're gonna.
Oh snap! Yeah,
so
no.
you're gonna
dragon.
go with
Let's make a dragon.
a
I want to make a
fucking-
dragon.
a fucking dragon. Oh, you know
Let's
what?
make a dragon.
Roll
Make it
me.
look like a
Roll
dragon.
me with advantage deception or intimidation. Your choice. Your pick. Honestly.
Wait, I thought this was a spell.
Yes.
Forget it.
It is a spell.
Roll.
Yes. But Jared, the spell doesn't involve any checks. Your
Okay, let me do it.
your thing
Dragon
is,
time.
yeah, the thing is your spell is go. I just want to see the effect, and the thing is like I can only ask you. Well,
I am a god.
fuck me. I guess we're okay. So what
Jesus.
what the party encounters as it moves forward, now rushing a bit faster. The wolves also trying to keep pace. They're keeping the sniffers and ears peeled as they glance around left and right. They lock on to the mud itself shifting in a weird, odd pattern. It's just this little bit. It feels like that's like one row of the sand, just kind of like a strip of sand, just kind of rotates like 10 degrees. Then another strip right next to it rotates another 10 degrees. Again, just 10 more degrees. It's just like over and over, almost as if you're standing on the spine of one of those weird fish, those weird snake-ish kind of fish, where everything's kind of like turning bit by bit, and like the forest itself just right around you, just the mud seems to be moving as like little tiny like tentacles pop out. And you guys see, let me just post this in general because I didn't even expect this to come around this session.
Amazing.
You guys see
I'm about to.
this. But, none of you in character know exactly what this is, but this is a trilobite. And here we have it for the stream to see. This
Right.
giant.
You haven't posted it in general yet.
Yeah, I posted in. Oh shit.
He did.
That's the wrong general. My mistake. Ignore that. Ignore that. I posted in the YouTube server. I'm gonna post in description spam because that's what makes sense. Here you go, description spam. Enjoy a trilobite.
Oh my.
This thing, normally super, super tiny, maybe about the size of a puppy, is massive, huge in fact, as big as the carriage one would say. And there seem to be more than one. However, as soon as they appear, a giant, just a large dragon. A 20 by 20 is gargantuan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yup.
Oh god.
A large dragon. Bordering on the largest you could see for an adult dragon. What color? Just curious. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just curious.
Wait, give me a second.
No.
Are you talking about the one that I did for Rat?
Yep,
What
Raz.
color I made?
Your dragon. Razzle, your dragon.
Okay.
No, Solstice, don't worry. Razzle's the one making the image. I'm just asking what color they prefer.
Oh god.
I'm just
Okay.
curious. This is yours. This is your illusion, by the way. I'm just trying to spell shift this.
Which of your
Storytell this.
Which of Raz's eggs?
Well, that would be just cheesy, making it look like Ryu, even though she totally knows what that looks like.
So I'm just curious, what color? Because I
Yes, screw it. Big old blue dragon. Big
If
blue
a
dragon.
large blue dragon emerges. And I'm going to say, for the sake of the illusion, because it's an illusion fitting the cube, essentially brushing aside the carriage. You know, just basically making it just disappear from everyone's sight, as the only thing they could see, anything close by, can see is this large, gigantic blue
Chunky boy.
dragon, lightning crackling as it emerges. You know, mud dripping from its scales. It lets out a roar that seems to electrify the air. And as soon as these creatures all around you approach, they immediately burrow into the mud. You know, and the carriage manages to pass by as they're terrified of the fucking blue dragon that just appeared out of nowhere. Congratulations,
Litney
you've avoided a special fight.
I didn't. I was thinking more of a sentient being.
What do you mean?
But
I was figuring we were being followed by like,
You were not.
forget it.
You were not being followed by someone.
as
You
we go by,
literally stumbled upon a trilobite. You just stumbled upon a bunch of trilobites. That was the encounter. And you've managed to completely scare them away.
Well, now I feel like I wasted a major image.
You did not waste the major
Yeah.
image. You saved an encounter that possibly could have at least killed one of your horses and maybe a few of your NPCs. I will tell you right
Or
now,
Litney.
that was going to be a CR10 encounter.
Oh,
Well, damn, never mind.
You have saved
Also-
your guys from a massive encounter. That's why the number 9 was special.
nice.
Litney, he just sees them scurry away and like, aw.
That I will tell you,
Kristen.
anyone who saw those would immediately understand. Those things that were like, you saw clearly the one that was almost emerged directly underneath you. But there were several moles, and you could feel that was danger. Danger alerts. But they, the adult blue dragon with a natural 20 deception definitely pushed them off because they are not prepared to fight that. They can't do shit against a dragon, especially a blue one.
Animal instinct, self-preservation.
By the way, Raz, just because you know that, I'll give you this for free. You know, if you encounter something like that again, they're weak towards lightning.
Damn, I picked the right color.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
lucky.
I
I
will
was
say,
gonna say something cheeky like, well, obviously it's a purple dragon.
yeah, well, I will say this.
Pink.
You dealt with that perfectly. Take a fucking inspiration. Oh yeah, don't forget the
have-
session. No, yeah, we didn't have a long rest. Oh, do you have 3 already?
Yeah, we only had like a the
Yeah,
benefit
yep,
of a
I
short
know.
rest.
No, what happens is you're traveling, so long rests don't count while you're traveling.
Ah,
But we had a short rest, right?
Yep, we had a short rest.
All right, that's all I need. I'm a warlock.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to say you guys nothing else happens until you guys find yourself a place to stop for the night. If you do stop for the night, I'm not going to judge you if you decide to keep going forward. Just know that the horses are going to need to make con saves at least.
yeah, we're gonna stop for the night. Hey, Raz, don't
Yeah.
you have a spell that we agreed upon? We talked about for just such a long rest occasion.
Raz is going to cast
Uh,
themselves Lemon's Tiny Hut, thus costing my other third level spell.
Before that, Solstice would prefer to get out of the forest before we.
You are
take
not
a
going to leave
rest.
the forest today. It is not possible. You spent most of the day getting deep into the forest. You're basically halfway through the forest. It's gonna take you
Okay.
It's gonna take you another half a day to get to the edge of the forest, and that means you're gonna have to be pushing your horses, which means they might or might not get exhaustion, especially after the scare they just had. 2 scares, in fact, because
Okay.
the horses are terrified. They didn't fully
Yeah.
understand the concept of an illusion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
You
Anyways,
vibe
So
checked
yeah,
everything in
let's
the
just say
area. Everything.
you got to where you are right now really fast, but you know,
Yeah,
you're
the
risking.
horses need to recover.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah,
of
so,
what
let's-
happens if if the horses fail a con save. They make one con save collectively, because it doesn't matter which one gets tired or both get tired. You're screwed either way. If a horse fails a check like against exhaustion, they're basically not going to be moving as fast. You're going to be moving at half speed for at least a day,
Yep.
which is going to cost you a lot.
Which is pretty lame for a horse.
Yes, it is. You might
Yeah.
have to put them
Oh.
down.
Landing you.
You might have to put them down.
no.
Just joking. It's a magical world.
But,
Fuck that.
Yeah. Because they are draft horses, do they get advantage on the con saves?
Not these horses specifically pulling a carriage filled to the brim.
Okay.
Anyways, Raz, you were gonna do
War
the
horses?
whole-
Yes. Even in this situation,
let's-
war horses absolutely do it. But draft horses, if you're driving a draft horse on your own, yes, no issues. But draft horses driving a fold up carriage, no.
tangents here, man. We don't get long.
So,
Banaka Falata will say, "My mistress informs you that she requires no bedding. She will simply retract into her shell for the night."
yeah, what she requires is the shell to be somewhere safe, where something else doesn't attack it.
And Raz, can you describe the spell, please?
Lemon's tiny hut. Is anyone familiar with Lemon's tiny hut, or am I just talking to myself?
I know what it
No,
is. I know
I-
exactly what it does. I don't know the exact size. You might want to click that into the.
I'm asking the rest of the party.
I do.
I
was the one
personally
that
don't.
suggested it.
So this is a variation of the tiny hut spell. This 10-foot radius, immobile dome of force springs into existence around you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave the area of the hut. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. The spell fails if the area includes a larger creature or more than 9 creatures. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast this spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside
Yeah.
the space is comfortable, dry, regardless of the weather outside. Basically,
So
if I was
it's
to
a
put
rich-
this thing, the dome is opaque from the
I-
outside. So it's kind of just like you can't see what's inside the dome. You can see everything outside the dome.
Basically a one-way
ultimate-
mirror.
The ultimate mind
Eh,
move.
Invisible
Just to
house.
fuck you.
It is a ritual spell, by the way.
But
So
yeah,
it's a ritual spell. So instead of taking 1 minute, you can take 11 minutes and just not waste a spell slot. You're gonna long rest anyway. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to get it done in 1 minute or 11 minutes?
Let's screw it. I'll do it in 11
11
minutes. It's not like we have anywhere we need to be.
Okay, cool.
Um,
So just so you understand, the very basics of the specifics are: if the caster leaves, it's dispelled. You guys, you just have to be inside when it's cast, and you can freely come and go. If you're not inside when it's cast, you cannot get in. There's no changing that. You cannot be. No one can be let in unless they were inside when it was cast. Okay.
Yes.
That is
and
pretty
only
important
9
to note.
creatures.
Also,
How many creatures?
this spell basically there's nothing that can be done to it non-magically, but a simple dispel magic will get rid of it.
That
So-
being said, I do not know how willing Raz is to share her bed space.
Oh
Well, I mean,
shit!
You're gonna have to.
Don't you people have tents?
I mean, Litney
Yeah,
can always
I got
pretend to be dead.
I mean, I
Well, I
will
It's
have
a
say,
a quick knackered
foot
shell.
dome.
I will.
It's not as big as you think.
It's not. It's not a 10 feet dome. It's a dome that fits 10 medium creatures, 9 medium creatures.
No, it's a 10-foot radius hemisphere.
Yes.
All right, so who I would say if Raz is going to take anyone, take the kids in, and
Ugh.
they're the main priority.
Oh yeah. By the way, because I can in Tabletop Simulator, I have over here just a vague idea of the carriage and everyone who's in the carriage. I already pasted this in general for you guys. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
we have here a carriage filled with people. So now here's what's going to happen. Dave the Ranger, because of how Dave the Ranger would be. Shit, do I have to unlock every single person?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up because it's probably for the best. We have more than 9 people, don't we?
Yes. So
Yeah, that's
here's what I'm
why-
gonna do. Here's what's happening with the NPCs. Okay, Dave the Ranger is not gonna need to be in the hut. He's basically perfectly fine staying either near the carriage, keeping guard, or basically laying low, like at the base of a tree or in a tree. He doesn't need to be with you guys. He's fine having his own position somewhere else. He can take care of that. Now the question I'm gonna have is, Fjord doesn't need to basically.
Oh, Fjord is nowhere to be seen except Litney knows exactly where he is because, well,
Yes. Okay, so here's the thing.
Fjord likes hiding in shadows.
Litney doesn't.
Specifically Litney's.
Litney doesn't need to sleep. We know
yes.
that. Litney is very comfortable, very capable of just literally being in the carriage and spending their night there. So
Pretending to be dead.
I'm going to also sleep in the carriage by retracting to my shell. Panacapholata is also going
Yeah.
to crawl inside of my shell.
yes, Zid is basically going to find a little, going to go and crawl into the luggage compartment on the side of the carriage, essentially. And so Zid is going to be sleeping, hiding in the luggage compartment. Oh,
Let's see how I mutate this time.
so
What
yeah, basically,
about-
let's keep Fjord outside.
Yeah.
Razzle's
shit.
in her own dome. We're going to signify that dome by making some kind of circular tile. Circle.
Raz has to be at the dome, otherwise the spell doesn't work.
Yes, I know. So Raz is in her own. Raz is in the dome separately. I assume you're probably not keeping the dome inside the carriage because you don't need to. It's
Why
comfortable
would
no matter
I?
what. Yeah, I'm going to make Raz's dome literally just her character sheet because why not?
It works.
It's not a circle like I wanted, but whatever. Raz is here in her dome. There. The dome should be wider, but that doesn't matter. So,
It works.
Sarah, I don't know where she'd be. I imagine she'd probably be okay with the carriage. So, if I'm reading this right, I don't know. The carriage is not. The carriage is big enough for a few people to be able to lie down and sleep, but not everyone. Zid's in a side compartment carriage, so that's fine. If Sarah sleeps in the carriage, that's going to be taking a majority of the space. Inadi is a small child, so that's fine either way. She's very stifled and kind of wants to go and walk around. She's like pretty excited also about what happened with the dragon thing. She didn't see the dragon thing because she was in the carriage, but the whole like the giant trilobite stuff, and she was like, "Oh my god!" They're like, "Yeah, of course they're scared because I'm here. Hell yeah!" And so she basically is like got a lot of pent up energy and wants to just walk around for a bit. Jabel is very nervous and clearly not super fond of spending time outside over here, and she clearly didn't pack a tent. She is going to just crawl into. She's basically gonna just sit down and just be in it, just cuddle up in a corner, and she's gonna
Is
be
literally no one going to try to see if they can get Raz to let them share the dome?
not the
Um,
NPCs.
It's not big enough.
Not the NPCs.
alright.
If any of the players want, that's their call.
Honestly,
Um,
if it wasn't that the NPCs
Actually, hold up. You
couldn't
know
go
what?
in-
Jabel would absolutely go to Raz and be like, is it possible for me to also be in the dome? Like I don't mean to impose, but
Hmm.
it's very safe magic.
You're gonna have to pay
Oh.
her. She's not that. She's not gonna do anything that isn't, doesn't have a price on it.
Hmm.
Solstice is gonna try to convince.
Oh, I see. The Solstice is also going to go
Raz.
to Raz.
I'm gonna try to convince her to take care of the
That
kids
is-
and
That is between you.
the mage.
That's between you guys as players.
Yep.
Yeah, Litney would
Uh,
also would back you up on that one.
I
'cause
will just give you a
it's
small
very-
reminder. I don't think you guys need it, but I cannot and will not enforce any roles between players except for combat stuff.
Raz, are you okay with rolling off a persuasion?
Against what?
Persuasion against persuasion.
You are making a terrible mistake.
Again,
Let's do this.
for
Yeah.
RP roles between players, it's 100% your choice, and I will remind you.
You
There's
said
no need-
persuasion, was it?
Because Litney's wanting. Litney will give Solstice advantage. Because she also wants to
I don't-
make sure the kids are safe.
Oh. Well,
that
that's
didn't help.
very unfortunate.
Well,
Ah,
Jabel will, by the way, dig around her pockets and just be like, and pull out 5 gold. Is this okay? I don't really have a whole lot of money. I wasn't really prepared to go on the
Razzle
adventure
just kind
myself.
of pulls her into the bubble.
But thank you. She doesn't have a whole lot of money, but you can add 5 gold to your inventory.
Yay.
Because
Banaka Falata.
Jabel is a wizard and knows that this dome is a very smart and safe thing to be in.
Before she gets pulled into the dome, Banaka Falata will pop out of my shell and go, "My mistress is offering you to join her in her shell if you would like."
To whom?
To Jebel.
I'm fine. I'm already a fan of cramped spaces.
very well.
Are you sure? She's very malleable and will not take that much space.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm fine. Hearing
Very
this,
well, the
Inadi is
choice
gonna
is yours.
rush over and be like, Me, I want in. I want in.
Very
not,
well.
Last
uh,
size
no.
before letting the child in.
No. For what Beneficolata said, the shell.
Oh,
Listen,
Let-
listen, you getting into a giant shell? That's a fucking dream come true.
Litney does look to Zid. Would you like to also?
Zid is
apparently
in. If you want to look to Zid, you gotta go outside and open the luggage compartment. That's where Zid is. And if you open the
Zid-
luggage
you're gonna-
compartment, you will be met with a dagger in your face.
do not mess with the bird boy while he's trying to sleep.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well.
Um,
Isabel is going to let Inari inside of her shell.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, Zid, by the way, is like, sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. I understand.
You gotta protect, you know.
Yeah. Lady Isabella is offering to let you and Anai stay in their shell for the night.
Nah,
I feel like you'd be a little bit
I've
more-
been eating alive before. It's not fun.
Oh my! No, no, he's not. She's not gonna eat you.
It kind of feels the same.
Okay, very well. Fair point. Fair point. I haven't been eating myself, but I can imagine. Yeah, Litney's gonna leave it at that, and going to become doll-like, because she's gonna take her long rest.
Okay, that's wonderful. Solstice, where specifically are you? Because I know where everyone else is. Because there's now decent enough space. Sarah is 100% just lying down over here. That's her lying down. I just drew her. I just drew her little model on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
Works, I guess.
Solstice is outside with her dog setting up a perimeter.
Okay, you can absolutely do that.
at,
That's perfectly fine. Just so you know, I'm essentially basically doing this so long just because I want to know exactly. Like, this is basically like I'm sorting as this is a. God, why can't I open this? Why can't I open Discord? Discord's broken. Oh no.
And about it.
God doth have smited you.
Okay, right. Just so you guys can see here in description spam. Also, if if you guys like send me DMs, I have streamer mode enabled, so I can't hear. You're gonna have to tell me. Who's the witch?
No, that's
Yep.
fine.
Ivovich.
I'm asking about crap. What is her name?
Jabel?
Jabel.
Oh shit! You're right. She's not over here. Let me just. Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong thing.
Oh.
The thing is, I got a player view open so that the stream doesn't see all the DM nonsense. Here,
That's fine.
that's Jabel, so that
Yeah.
you can just see her name. Jabel.
Yeah.
In the morning, Litney will.
Nah, she's fine.
use her-
She's basically huddled up in a corner, back against the dome. You know, and that's how she feels pretty comfortable sleeping in there.
Yep. And
Okay, so just so you know,
I'm gonna give you a summary what I'm gonna do
Yes.
every night,
Yeah,
just so
so-
I don't have to repeat myself.
yes, yeah, just so you basically you guys know what I'm doing this so that I know exactly where you guys are every night, because I'm assuming this is what you're gonna do. This first night, you guys have already been through a lot. There's not gonna be any more rolls. But from next night on, I'm
Yep.
going to need different rolls depending on because based on the situation of where you guys are. Razzle,
Yeah.
could you describe to me
Yes.
what is the color of your dome and how bright is it? I just need to know that. It doesn't give off light, I know that, but I just need to
Purple.
know. Yeah, purple. Dark purple, or is it a bright purple?
Darkish.
Okay, sure. I just need to know, just roughly, because your dome obviously can't roll shit. But I just need to know what creatures are gonna think, depending on the situation.
Well, it's not going to be brightly glowing, so
Yeah, I just need to know.
Honestly, I would say dark blue because it's very hard to see at night.
Well, yeah,
Like,
but she's the one picking the
Purple
color.
kinda
Coffee
is dark blue.
She's picking the color.
Yeah.
Not really.
She's picking the color. Don't worry about it. Okay. I should really give you some dog tokens, but I just don't have it. What instead I'm going to do is I'm just going to unlock the duck. I'm just going to give you a copy of the duck, and I'm going to put a name on it, call it dog. I'm just
Yeah,
going to
good
have
job.
I'm just going to have a bunch of ducks where if I
how
put
hard is it
if
to
I-
just get a PNG of a dog?
more time
Well-
than we have to dedicate to this nonsense. So
Yeah.
the night comes and goes.
Hold on.
I will tell
the
you
dog-
Give me like
immediately.
5 seconds. I will get you a dog.
Don't worry about it.
No.
The thing is,
Yeah,
I have dog tokens in roll 20.
Anyways,
Here.
let's
Take this.
So the night
You-
comes.
Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone.
Just make 2 of these.
Uh-oh.
Let's focus, guys. Focus.
Back on track.
1 second.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
that is
Hate the idea that
unfortunate.
we're clouding the duck.
The duck is
Okay.
now forever dog.
So
The duck is sitting atop the dome,
here we
undeterred.
Yep, so here we basically go. As we start off the day, Razzle, as you kind of look out your dome, the day, because you're the one actually sleeping outside, essentially, despite how the dome is, you can see out just fine.
Yep.
It is. Hold up a second. It is
Wait,
a.
if the duck is like on top of the dome, does Razzle just wake up to just the duck levitating?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Fuck is my. Here we
And
go.
it has probably sat on
This
the
is my
dome.
calendar. Let me just double check. I need to make sure I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not gonna say that it's a rainy day if it's not. Oh shit. Okay. So, how do I move the day forward? There we go. I fixed it. So, you're right. This is the wrong day I was on the whole time. Well, it's the 19th of August. And currently, the weather is mild. There are a few clouds in the sky, and a mist is slowly, ever so slowly, starting to form. It's not.
Okay.
It doesn't affect you that much, but there's a light mist on the floor, and you can tell as the day picks up, it's probably going to get a bit more. But it's probably not going to rise to the point where it's going to affect visibility too much, but it's probably going to make it harder to watch the ground. So that's a little
Yeah.
worrying, but you know, given your context, you're the first one who notices this, but everyone will eventually notice this. Isabella, because you have the highest wisdom, I'm pretty sure. You would know.
There's an.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you got a +2 wisdom. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
survival proficiency or not. You're gonna have to tell me.
Yes, I do.
You will notice that in about a day or two, it'll become like proper fog. And that's going to be especially bad since that's when you're going to reach the Forbidden Forest, which means you're
Oof.
going to have really bad visibility conditions.
Isabella will be a little worried about that, but she will get less worried about it because she's distracted by the sound of, more like the feeling of both Inadi and Banakafalata helplessly struggling to detach themselves from her, as her daily mutation means that she's basically sweating glue and today.
That is very unfortunate for you. That's very unfortunate
And
for you.
so, in both Inadi and Banakafalata are stuck to her. She's going to use prestidigitation to try and get them unstuck.
I believe in you. You know, I believe in you. Could you just, you know what? Roll me Arcana just because I want to. No, roll me your whatever your stat is for your spellcasting. Just roll that for me.
D'accord. Sorry. Okay.
I just want to see the
Or is
10.
10.
It takes some doing, but it happens. There's no funny
Well, I mean-
there's no funny nonsense of someone just being stuck in the shell.
I'm not stuck in my shell.
No,
They're just
someone.
stuck to me. Like.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a flypaper and they're flies.
Well,
and also.
it takes a bit of doing, but
Also-
eventually everyone is out safely, and somewhat comfortably.
Yeah, also Inadi is probably looking exceptionally clean, considering how good snail snail
As-
slime is actually for your skin.
As well as prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Inadi,
look at that.
Inadi is like got like a weird expression. She's like, that was like, okay, that was like amazing. and at the same time, not that great. It was like I don't know. Like like how there are like some inns which like they do like some. I've only seen one, okay, but there are like some inns which have like weird teaming going on, and they're like, "This is an awesome inn because we have this team going on." So you want to feel like an adventurer sleeping in our dungeon inn, and they charge more because of that. Yeah, it felt like that. It's really cool, but also underwhelming.
Huh. Where is
My
Litney?
mistress would
Well,
like.
Litney's still been up.
Really wish I had Warning Wind.
My mistress would
Um,
like to apologize. She's not usually that sticky, but it is a mutation that happens from time to
It
time.
It's okay. It's always good to stick together, my father always said. I mean, sorry, hold up, she wouldn't say father. My dad always said, he's a really cool wizard, He's got a big book of everything.
I am glad that you are taking it in stride. We apologize again.
It's fine. Okay?
all right. When Litney gets up, obviously casting anime dead to keep Goblin Slayer or Sir Slayer, pacified for a bit. And we'll use my feature I just renamed recently. It's
Yeah.
renamed. I
So-
renamed it Inspiring Leader.
If you would like me to explain, basically,
Sure.
Litney has Inspiring Leader, which I've slightly buffed to add their intelligence as well. Intelligence or wisdom. So it's a slight buff of it. It adds basically like 1 to 5 to the normal Inspiring Leader, which is pretty good. But just to make it viable at higher levels as well. Don't worry about that too much. And they've renamed that as storytelling. So instead of giving a pompous speech like a leader would, because this is not that kind of D&D party, instead Litney's just reading a story out loud. It's just something nice to just go on in the background while everyone's getting ready for the morning, and just to give them a little
Yeah.
more of an extra pep.
Yeah, and I give it to 6 people. Which of the party is the squishiest? I know Litney and Javel.
6 people? What a coincidence! There are a lot more than 6
Plenty.
people around that I can see.
Who needs the 12 temp HP more?
Honestly, any of the NPCs, but I'm gonna be honest, just give it to the party. The NPCs are probably going to try to back out of a fight if a fight happens. And
But this is just in case. This is just in case, Oh, and
Give it to the kids.
goes. Yeah, I definitely giving it to the kids. Definitely giving it to the kids. So that
Probably
uh,
safe
give
on that
it
list.
to, give it to Dave and yourself also.
all right.
oh fuck, Dave.
Again, I know. You're probably not gonna let the NPCs all jump into a fight, but this is just in case.
Oh no, they'll all be there if a fight happens. It's just a matter of they're probably gonna try to back away because they might die if they get too close.
Yes.
The NPCs are not going to like stop existing when a fight happens. They're gonna keep existing. They're just gonna do their best to make sure they don't die. I think that's fair.
Inadi, Zid, Dave, Javel.
Objects, components, custom, figurine. Because I didn't even think about this, but yes.
So, yeah. I guess as I could give it to Raz or Isabella. Which are your which of you has the lowest HP?
I have in terms of HP, I have 51.
Okay, and Bomber, how much HP does Raz have?
Raz has about 1 moment. Just Looking at the sheet.
I think she probably has
39.
less than. Yeah,
All right.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, by the
Alright.
way, I keep forgetting. You guys also have a certain skeletal warrior with you named
Oh, yeah.
Slayer. Goblin
yeah,
Slayer.
Goblin.
Just so you know
How
what he did during the night. Because he is a skeletal, an undead, a sentient undead that doesn't need to sleep. He was out hunting goblins. He comes back to you and he's
Oh my-
got 5 goblin heads.
Really?
Please tell me.
He's just got a
Please
he's
tell
got
me
a
they
bag of bloody goblin heads. He's like,
Please tell me they attacked first. Please tell me they attacked
Oh,
first.
good on tonight. Waiting well tonight, babes.
Please tell me they attacked you first and you didn't just attack a village.
Like, if that'll make you feel better, sure.
Ah, for the love of.
I'm fucking with you. You didn't attack me first.
Ah.
But I had
I
traps
need
ready, so fuck him.
All
My
right.
mistress would like to ask if you are not going to use those heads for later. Could you leave them in a barrel or something to ferment?
What?
She's quite a fan of the brains of humanoid once they have aged a little bit.
What? No, they're mine. They're mine. They're my goblin heads. He says, hugging the
Alright.
back. It's my goblin. I mean, okay, fine. I'll give you.
Sir Slayer.
I will give you.
Sir.
I will give you 2 as a sign of peace. If you assist me hunting goblins later on.
Well, my mistress would rather just you keep them since they are so important to you.
Good.
It's more.
I'm gonna go sit down here and talk to my manager then. He goes into the carriage and he puts the heads underneath a chair and he's like, "You hear that? Help me keep you. Hell yeah. And you're just that person. It's probably gonna help me hunt goblins later. Maybe we should consider that an investment. Shit. I should have given them some. I should have given her some. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you're basically going to Goblin Slayer bridge here.
Yeah, basically he's Grimjack's Goblin Slayer. I'm shamelessly saying that, yes, because I put him into the game before I remembered that I was going to be streaming it. And I'm not going to take him out because he's a wonderful and I love him. He's my boy.
He's your son.
He's my boy. It's not my son. I wouldn't claim ownership of him like that. Okay.
So Litney sees the mist too.
Everyone sees the mist. What are your guys' plans? Do you have any solutions? Any thoughts? Any like, do you have any
we have-
precautions you're going to take?
Okay, so I think for this one we're gonna have to rely on the animal companions.
I will
and
tell
sense
you
of
what
hearing.
what mist means is you sometimes like if a fight happens or whatnot, you're gonna have to be a bit careful because if you try moving fast, there's a chance your horse might hit something they can't see.
I mean, I can
So-
destroy fog in a 30-foot cube, but that would take a spell slot, and I don't want to waste my spells like that.
I'd
Yeah,
say
I tried to
wait for-
find a spell that would help. The best I could find was a gust cantrip, but no one of us are a druid or a sorcerer, and I highly doubt Litney has the gust spell.
No, I do not. Sadly.
Good, you can get the spell. No, you can only get that during level ups, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You can
Star.
you are allowed to swap a spell during a long rest because that's the Tasha's rule. I don't know if that's Tasha's rule, but that's the rule I allow. But that's for people who aren't wizards. Wizards and wizards are not allowed to do that because wizards can just fucking collect all the spells they want and swap all the spells they want. If you're not a wizard,
that's
you're
the
allowed to
optional
swap one known spell.
Yeah.
Every long
Star, I know this is a bit late to ask, but can I replace the
Yes, you can.
Druidcraft
Yes.
cantrip with Gust?
Oh shit! No wait,
I know,
a cantrip.
Gust Druidcraft is from.
You have
my,
never used that.
fairy
You have never
background.
used Druidcraft before.
It's worthless.
You
Why did
absolutely
It's
you
you
not
take
can.
it
using
away?
it.
No, he got because of racial. You can absolutely swap that out. You
I-
can
Okay,
you
Well,
can completely swap
it's
out a
not.
spell you've never used, a cantrip you've never used before for the
It's
past
not.
several sessions.
It's not worthless. It's only worthless because you don't have Cantrellus's knowledge on how to use mushrooms.
I mean, it's also because that it doesn't work at all with that character.
Anyways, shall
Yeah.
we keep going?
Go ahead,
Okay,
you can
so,
swap that out. What do you swap it for? Gus, I'm assuming.
Just.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah,
will
the
absolutely
thing is
work.
about
When
Druidcraft, when you're playing a sport druid and your DM is nice with you, it's completely busted because shelf shrooms can actually grow on almost everything.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Litney's
So
going
here's
to
the thing.
Linny's also going to cast a mage armor on herself.
Okay. You can entirely do that. Mark yourself down a spell slot. Your AC goes from 13 to 16, which is a wonderful, wonderful boost. Just remember, the gust trick will work
Yeah.
on light fog, which it's a light fog today. It might be a light fog tomorrow. It might not be a light fog tomorrow. If we get to a heavy fog, gust is not going to do much. But in a light fog, you'll be safe. You'll be able to at least get enough cleaned up so that the horses are not blindly speeding through terrain.
They're just mostly blindly speeding through.
I mean,
Terrain.
no, you're mostly fine. It's just they can't see the ground at their feet. Okay,
Anyways,
so we're moving forward.
if we got
One of you pick which square are you guys moving to? Well, not one of you. I guess you all decide as a group. Which square are you moving to? You going up, or are you going to the left?
We're going. We're going.
Because
Give me a second.
up is if you go up,
I
you're
need to
kind of like
adjust
in
that
this
one.
wedged area over here where you could kind of try going
here.
to the mountains or the dangerous zone, or you could
Along
just
the river.
We're not going through the
We
dangerous
need to
zone.
get
I
over.
don't care.
okay.
yeah,
We
You-
need to get over here.
You're going to go straight. Got it?
Yep.
The most sensible route. Understandable. So I'm going to say, do I ask one of you to roll? You know what? Sure. As we start off our trip,
I can roll.
yeah, hold up 1 second.
what
Give
do
me
you want
wait. Stop. Let me just double check something.
Yep.
Let me just get this. Okay, I got this out here. Where's my pencil?
Hmm.
Pen? I just gotta make sure I have this written down. Let's see. Shit, this pen's leaking ink all over. Okay. Today is what day did I say? It's the 16th? It is the 19th. It is the 19th of Friday. 19th of August. Light mist, calm winds. The temperature's pretty mid. It's actually a little chilly outside. I'm gonna need you to roll me a 1d10, and I'm gonna straight up tell you. If you roll, listen, Balthazar, boy, Solstice literally called that they're gonna roll first. Can you
Oh, sorry.
respect the call out a bit? I'm also gonna tell you, if you roll under an 8, I'm gonna just straight up tell you nothing is happening.
all right.
Okay.
Because there's absolutely nothing happening over there. I'm gonna have to
Oof.
mark something down. It's not gonna be super relevant just yet.
That implies it will be relevant.
Okay.
I'm
One,
constantly
in.
taking dogs out, so yeah.
Yeah, just writing that down. Okay, right. Let's ignore that. So we're gonna say for the first half of the day, nothing happens as you guys move along the course you guys have charted. So you guys have gone from here to here, and I'm going to say there's one more roll for seeing if anything happens today. And then we'll see what else happens.
May I roll it?
Yes, you can roll it. You can roll me another 1d10. I'm looking for the exact same thing from you.
Ugh.
Well, I got the exact same thing from you, so that's 2.
I
You
mean,
got
technically
exactly
that's
what
what
you
you
asked
asked for.
It is what I asked for.
No,
That,
not technically.
that,
It
that,
was
that,
exactly.
it is exactly what I asked for. I should have shut my mouth.
So, what do we
We're
find?
screwed.
You find Jack
Nothing.
and you find shit. You find Jack and his bottle of shit. What do you expect? Okay, yeah. So as you guys are moving along, we're gonna ignore those 2 things. They're both marked as not happening. Okay.
Should we recruit the
Alright.
Yak and shit?
No.
Or
We
leave
already
them
have
You
too
could,
much
but
on
then
our
you're
plate.
permanently cursed with a minus, with a negative disadvantage in charisma because you smell like shit.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, so as you're like driving along,
We're not bringing crackers along.
as you're driving along, the horses going along, clip clop. You can tell you're like getting pretty close to the Forbidden Forest. It's kind of how do I say this? You're on at this exact point, kind of like the crest of a hill. That's obviously
Mhm.
like about almost a day's worth of journey in front of you, like about say another I don't know, half a day, whatever you say, I'll equate half a day to like 4 hours of travel or 5 hours. Essentially, there's about that
Yeah.
much time between you and the edge of the Forbidden Forest, which you can definitely tell is Forbidden Forest because you can definitely see it like purple along the mostly greenish countryside. You can also see to your right as you're traveling, to your left as you're traveling, towards
Mhm.
the southwest, a hint of the desert, across the Great River, of course. But you guys are staying a bit distant away from the Great River because uh, your guide Isabel would tell you it is not a good idea to be close to the water when you approach the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
Let me
Crossing the
ask
water is fine
Jabel.
here now and then, but following the river specifically is bad. It's a bad idea.
Litney is going to ask Jabel, where specifically was the flower she was looking for, or tasked to get it
And she'll say, like,
located?
yeah, well, there's a flower like if you kind of look at the map, it's already kind of charted out because people have been through. But if you kind of like following along the river, there's this big lake, and in this lake, there's a giant tree. Again, that tree which is someone marked, Coolborn marked with like a squire.
Yeah.
Basically, right there, that specific thing which you can see on the map. The lake's not. Just so you know, the lake is not literally that large and it'll take you a day to cross it. It's just prominent enough that someone put it on the map. Okay?
Yeah.
Just so you understand. She says it's there,
I
it's
understand.
in. I don't know where exactly, but it should be in the shadow of the tree. I don't know if that means down or up under the canopy, but we'll be able to find it. I don't really have all that many details other than she holds out once again the piece of paper which has the full drawing of the flower. I have the drawing, like a pretty detailed drawing of what it looks like. So if we see it, we'll see it. But otherwise, that's kind of like
Come on.
it's kind of like I don't think it's needed to be that much more specific. We have like a very exact location and a very exact description. So. I think it's the best we could possibly get. We don't have to search blindly, which is great. That's wonderful, honestly, because that would terrify me otherwise. Oh, why did I have to get it? Why did I have to get a mission like this? By the way, as he says this, there is shit. I wish I have everyone's proper passive perceptions written down. You're not
Passive
gonna.
perception.
I have a 10.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh no.
Fjord, my boy, my little eldritch skeleton horror boy who just wants
Marms.
bread.
What?
You, Fjord, my little eldritch skeleton. So
Yeah?
I think
What do you want
it's
him to
safe.
do?
I think it's safe to say Fjord's bored right now.
He is very much bored.
So Fjord is
There's
probably
not enough bread.
he's probably sticking halfway out of the shadow with his head pressed against the window, staring
Oh,
outside.
he's definitely not in Litney's shadow during the trip.
Oh
Just
yes,
chilling on the area.
yes. And as he's doing that, he looks out with his like nice perception because he's looking at the clouds and he's thinking, maybe what if that was bread, you know? And then he sees a shadow just kind of streak past. Like if he wasn't looking up, he wouldn't have noticed. But because he was looking up, he noticed a fairly large shape just streak across the clouds.
The moment Fjord sees that, Litney.
Like,
Just
and you're like, oh,
points up.
guys, I think, guy, I think we have company. Hey, Fjord,
Litney, you look up, you don't see anything.
yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things where she knows Fjord, and it's like something's caught his attention, and if it's good or bad, best be on, best be defensive about this.
Fjord then telepathically informs Litney, I'm not quite certain what it was, but it was big and fast. So, what meets those two descriptions?
Are you asking
Do I
me?
need?
Who's saying this?
Oh no, that
asking
is Fjord talking. Telling.
Mental communication because you're undead. Right. Undead necromancer. My mistake. I was like considering for a second. What is this? Okay.
Had you
Do I
already
need to
forgotten?
roll?
Yes, I have because
Do I need to
you've
roll
not
a
talked in
history?
so long.
I'm
Wait,
back.
do I
What did
need-
I miss?
Basically, Fjord was bored, stared out the window, saw a pretty big shape streak past a bunch of bread clouds, breaking the bread clouds. He's pissed off with that, and he's also like, "Oh wait, what is that?"
Do I need to roll a nature or a history check to, Okay, can you give me a general description of fast?
It is. I will be honest. There is not enough information to give you pretty much anything. You can make an assumption. What's a large shape? What's a large thing that could fly fast in the sky? You know.
Dragon.
Fast enough to break apart
Dragon.
clouds.
By the way, Raz, as you hear that, you got a natural inclination because it's kind of a matter of if not now, then when.
Yeah.
Does Raz tell the party?
I got a reminder what I'd be telling them?
You know that you're supposed to be going to a cabin near at the edge of the Forbidden Forest to meet a certain person who has made your life more complicated than it needs to be and has taken a great deal of money from, a place you were going to steal it.
I've told 2 people.
Yes.
Well,
So basically, yeah. So you know that it's supposed to be somewhere here, but you have no clue where. And essentially, if you're not told where before the day is over, you might not ever come across it. So you have a vague inclination it might be a certain green dragon. I mean, that's if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, it could be anything else.
So, does Raz disclose, hey, there might be a green dragon, or just keep it to herself?
Razzle will casually suggest it as maybe. They won't say for certain. Mainly because they also hope that they're not right.
That's gonna be troublesome. Hinati, Zid, if we ever run into anything around here, don't listen into it. It might be a green dragon in disguise.
But aren't dragons like supposed to be super cool and stuff?
Nope.
Green dragons are manipulators. They
They
tend to lie to
they're
people stuff.
they're
They liars
Why would they lie?
because they find amusement and or want something from you.
Okay.
My mistress would like to explain in more, substantial terms. Green's dragons lie because it is one thing to hunt, kill, and eat a person using strength. It's another thing entirely to get that person to offer itself for dinner.
Exactly.
Free lunch is free lunch, eh?
So, yeah, Lenny did see Raz's the note Raz had earlier, and just also looks towards Raz. And it's obviously giving a look of she knows or something.
Raz ignores this.
Okay. So as the cabin moves forward, uh the horses slow down just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't entirely stop, but they slow down as if they see something. And
Alright.
kind of like, as they see something and don't want to just run something over by accident. It's a kind of slowing down which, normally they'd be trained to do in like a city or a town where if they see a random wanderer, so they don't just kill someone by accident. It's not the kind of slowing where they're like, oh no, I'm scared.
It's just there's shit in the ahead of us. Time to slow down a smidge.
Yes.
Can I?
And as that happens, as it slows down, you guys see a tiny little greenish form, somewhat green, yellowish green form in the road in front of you. Or like a little ball almost, holding up a little piece of paper. You guys see in description spam this a little frog person. It's a tiny little frog
Oh.
person who's got a little backpack on, like a little quarterstaff, and he looks perhaps like a wanderer, maybe a druid or a monk or something of the sort. A little froggy person. Huh? Again, this is not my art. I don't own this. That's why I'm just showing you this. Like this stream, I'm just showing a picture, like just over the browser. But this is what they see. I don't know why the picture doesn't have any signs on it. You see this little froggy person, and they're just holding up a little bit of a small sign. Well, I say small sign. It's small by your standards, but the sign is actually like covering up like half of him just because it's big in his hands. The sign basically says, hit it. Hold up. First off, like he's standing not in the exact center of the road, but a bit to the side. So if you guys don't tell the carriage to stop, the horses will just walk past him. That's my first question. Of do you stop to check it, or do you just walk past? Because you don't need to stop to check it. Nothing. This is not a RPG. It's not a cutscene.
Can I make a quick insight check just to get a vibe, like after realizing, like, oh, there might be a green dragon around.
I will tell you, that is impossible to get from just looking at someone.
Okay, that's a fair.
They are literally holding up a sign that you haven't read yet because it's a little too small to read while the carriage is moving.
What do you guys think?
Solstice will slow down enough so I can read the sign.
Okay, you slow down enough to read the sign. If you read the sign, it's written in common, in fairly neat, but crude print. As if someone's writing on a whiteboard. That kind of thing where you're writing way too big for your hand, so you can't write in your normal handwriting. So it's written, pitfall ahead, 4 copper for advice.
Sorry, can you reread that? I had
Pitfall ahead, 4 copper for advice. The 4, there wasn't enough space, so it's just another 4. So it's 4 copper, but it's like CPR. 4, and then underneath written advice in like proper wording. Because there's not enough space on the sign, because it can't hold up a big enough sign to write everything properly.
Solstice will intimidate it and see if
intimidate.
What do you mean intimidate?
It was he that
you mean
dug the hole.
Define intimidating. Are you going to Are you going to like wield your sword at it?
I'm gonna ask, how did you know?
Insight.
What do you mean insight? It's just
Yeah, shut up.
Okay, stop 1 second.
Alright.
Stop. Let me stop 1 second. I will tell you, insight is not the equivalent of mind reading. If you have mind reading, use mind reading. Insight can be used for a vibe check, but when this little weird, completely foreign creature is just holding up a sign, it's very difficult to get a good reading of it. I will give you one chance to roll insight, but I will only give you the most basic information you can get from looking at a thing like this. Just so you understand.
And I'm outside,
So you can, whoever wants
let
to can roll an insight. I will give you the basic information you get from just an insight with no communication. And then I will I will continue with what Solstice wants.
I'll let you do this, Raz.
Sorry, I thought that's what I was misunderstanding.
No,
Solstice was
Solstice wants to intimidate them, as in attack them, I guess.
I don't know why. They're just a little guy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't persuasion?
Listen, listen. They're trying to explain.
All right.
Yeah. Basically, she doesn't trust him, and think it was possible that he dug the hole and tried to scam people. So she's gonna try to use her fake charisma and intimidate him.
Yes, but I'm going to ask you specifically: are you intimidating by drawing a weapon? Are you glaring at him? What are you trying to do?
Glaring with a hand over the glaive.
The frog slowly blinks at you. One eye closes, and one eye opens. The other eye closes, the other eye opens. Just a slow, very low intelligence blink. As he just stares at you for a second, he looks down at the paper. He looks back at you. He looks down at the paper. He looks back at you. And if he sees that you're like intimidating him, could you roll intimidation?
Sure.
17. Actually, don't you have advantage on or something? Didn't you say? What is your ability? Oh, you didn't get it yet. Yeah, right. So yeah. So he's just gonna slowly, he's just gonna put down the paper. And he's gonna slowly just turn around and start walking away.
Well,
I don't think this guy is smart enough to do that, so I'm gonna try. stop him.
You scared him,
Oh my
and he's gonna start walking away. He doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
So he folds the
All right,
paper
hold
and he
on.
just walks away.
I'm gonna
Hold
try
on,
to
hold on.
get him to stop.
I mean, he's
Or,
not
or to be
he's not very fast.
to be precise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast command on him on 2nd level.
Why
Why
was the
second
second level
level?
command?
Because I recover them.
Oh, right, because you're
Uh,
I get it. You're using your I get it. You're using your warlock slot. That's why. Because I'm like, second
Yep.
level command only upscales to cast more. Okay, hold up. You know what? I'm gonna roll my d20. I'm gonna roll it in tabletop simulator because I don't need to actually risk losing my dice. I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll the little blue dice for him because he's not a hostile right now. That's a 4. No matter what his modifier
right
is, that
now.
fails. Well, ignore his modifier.
Yep.
Such a shame. Monks have great modifiers.
Oh, he's a monk.
I mean, yeah, you can tell from how he's dressed. He's either a druid or a monk. And from how he failed the command, you're pretty sure he's probably a monk. As he's like
By the
as he's
way,
waddling
as
away.
all of this is happening,
Yes.
Isabella, as all of this is happening, Isabella is staring with her. Is staring with intensely at Solstice, and she's glowing bright orange.
Okay. Cool. So
Not good.
the frog guy little frog boy who was trying to waddle away stops, turns around and approaches, and then stops.
Sorry about that.
His eyes are looking back and forth a bit faster now, as you can tell that he's starting to get worried.
Solstice, who
Uh,
frightened the poor
I'll tell
thing.
him as long as you don't lie to me, there won't be any issues. If you answer my questions, I will pay you.
He takes the paper out again, and he turns to the back of it, and he writes. He pulls out a little a little sketch, a little marker, and he just writes onto it, and he holds it up. This is a lot smaller because you can tell he probably doesn't want to fill up the entire paper with this if there's a conversation happening. So with this little tiny text, which you'd have to lean in and squint your eyes to read, it's basically saying. It says that I cannot speak, you know? And then he just takes the paper back and he writes more and he turns it back. I saw dragon digging trap yesterday.
I see.
So this
I
is
see.
Rowan. All right. Solstice will toss him a gold coin if he joins them and show them exactly where the trap is, so we can avoid it.
As you toss him the gold coin and he catches it, he just like his eyes, if they could, they bulge out even more. And he shakes his head as he like tries to give you back the coin. While like holding up basically holding onto the paper as if he wants to say something, but he can't speak. So he's trying to give you back the coin.
But if it means we can avoid a goddamn trap by a goddamn dragon, then that's better than
Well,
a gold coin.
He tries to give you back the coin, and if you're not taking it back, he will trying to kind of hold on to the coin at the same time hold on to the paper, and he's going to try to write onto it. And he's going to say, God, that's a lot of words. It's going to take him a while. Hold up. He's going to say, I am a monk
Let me guess.
who believes I'm a monk who works for kindness I only need 4 copper for food. Thank you.
Litney will hand
Uh,
over the 4 copper.
Yes, and she'll
Wait.
yes, he'll try to give you back the gold coin, Solstice.
I tell him that a service rendered should be paid fairly.
And he will write down.
And-
He will write down again. I don't know what the exact wording is, but he's done that thing which monks do. You know, what is it? Swearing an oath or making an oath of poverty. Is that what the wording is exactly?
An oath
Yeah.
of silence. But
No, not
Banaka
silence. He
Falati-
cannot speak. Poverty.
Oh,
Oath of poverty.
He's made an oath of poverty.
Oh.
You know, to live within. To live very humbly.
Yes.
Yeah, so he'll write that down
Okay.
basically that he has taken an oath of poverty. He cannot
Yeah,
accept the money. This-
Banaka Falata is going to ask him if he can speak sign language.
he nods and he raises his little stumpy hands and he tries to communicate with sign language. It's a little difficult because of, the very vast difference in species between the two of you. But you can get the gist of what he's saying. But in sign language, he can say a lot more, a lot rapidly back and forth, but it's not going to be as clear as if
Yeah.
he spent the time to write it. So what do you want to ask him?
I'm guessing this is a dumb question, but
No, this is an intelligent creature. This is a humanoid.
or something like that.
I know Grungs
This
are
is an
things.
intelligent creature. It's a humanoid. You would want
Yeah.
telepathy, detect thoughts, any of those things, but specifically speak with animals. He does not count as an animal because he is a very intelligent and wise humanoid. I will say that.
Well, if they
And-
can
but
speak
in
in
that-
sign language, Raz could probably translate faster than he can write.
Yeah. Again, it's
Yeah.
just a matter of. It's kind of he's very. He's a little frog person who's very small and stubby, and so he can't like. You can't like fully. You can't get him like super clearly. You're pretty sure of what he's saying, but the finer points you can't get because he doesn't have all of the
Isabella will
he
ask
doesn't have
him,
all the
if-
fingers. He doesn't have all the joints to like
Understandable.
move his hand as intricately as what you want. But you can communicate him pretty clearly, both you and Isabella.
Isabella
Okay,
will ask
in
him
that-
what
Ask any
if he
questions, like I'm
seeks
saying.
anything.
Ask questions.
Isabella will ask him if what he seeks to do. Does he want us to do something? Is he asking for something?
Does
Does he have a request?
He'll tell you. I'm gonna use a voice on him. He's using sign language. He's not speaking. I'm just gonna use a voice because it's better RP. I wish to aid travelers, but I
Mhm.
also require money for sustenance. 4 copper is all I ask, or a little bit of food. 4 copper, as he will gesture towards Litney. This kind lady has so paid me. I cannot accept the gold coin. It is too much money. I have sworn an oath of poverty. Like when he says poverty, it's kind of hard. Like Raz, you vaguely get it. It's not a sign you've used very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you, Isabella, because given where you came from, it's a tough concept to get. But he'll try to translate, and it basically gives like humble living. Is essentially the closest. It's the closest wording you can understand.
Well, I don't have any food on me that he could eat.
Yeah,
all
but
I-
again,
I
the
mean,
thing
I
is,
can cut off one
Razzle.
of my
The thing is,
tentacles.
Litney already paid him,
Ooh.
so he's good with that. Litney paid him, so he's good with that. He just wants to return the 1 gold to Solstice
Yeah.
because he's very uncomfortable holding on to it.
Solstice will try one final time in convincing him.
No,
That
no,
is,
no.
See,
Let him
he
have
will.
his beliefs, man.
He again. He will not give. He will not take the money from you, but he will say like, I will show you the trap and the way forward, but I cannot
Mhm.
accept the gold. The gold is far too much money for
If-
what is meant to be a kind deed.
This guy
Yeah.
has never dealt with Faye, I see.
Oh, I
he's
can
never
relate.
in this
I've been
what?
on the road.
This guy has never dealt with Faye, I can see. Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I'm.
started-
Isabella is going
Highly
to tell him.
unlikely. No, he seems to be a very simple monk.
Isabella
and-
will tell him basically. She knows a little bit about how Faye works. She's gonna explain this to him, and she's going to be like, "Look, just accept the gold, and then pretend to pay me for a handshake or something."
See, the thing
Uh,
is, the
before-
fair price he asked was four copper, and that's what he got. He has a fair price. The 1 gold is
Mhm.
over his fair price, so it's a simple matter of
This keeps
you.
going on. Razzle will just go like, you could just hand me and end this entire pointless charade.
So before anything, Solstice will say, if you don't want the money, you can always spread it around.
He will
So that's more so
he will
important.
he will look to you. He'll look to the money, and he will slowly nod. He will write. He will basically pull out another. He'll put on a piece of paper and write down in smaller this time, but it's a small, neat piece of paper where he writes down very, very beautifully in handwriting that basically it's a little token with a little hand seal that he puts on it, saying that you have donated money to the temple of Zaladin, and your
Okay.
patronage is greatly accepted. I will ensure that as much good comes out of this as possible.
Can I roll?
That's what you get,
see-
Solstice.
Yep, that's
Can I roll?
because for Solstice to avoid the encounter
Okay,
with a
sure. And he's
like,
willing to help
like
you
more,
along. He's willing to help you out here. He's not gonna join your party because he is not
Yeah.
exactly a fighting high level monk, but he's enough
Yeah.
of a monk to have survived here in the frontier on his own.
Yeah.
at the minimum he should
So
go
like
up
level
3.
3-ish.
I'm going to say it's a lot different than what you guys can comprehend right now. I'm just going to say that
Yeah.
let's just say he's got special abilities that don't come with fighting. He's he's good at surviving. That's what I'm going to say.
Anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, you get that little token. Litney, you want to roll what for what?
I was thinking if Litney has ever heard of this temple.
The
but
Temple of
before, I
Zaladin?
didn't know.
The
Yeah.
Temple of Zaladin. Well, that means you're going to have to roll history because that's a one thing it is. It's not religion, by the way. It's history.
All right.
Because it's not a god. History. Yeah, you've heard of that. You've been given shelter in one of their small monasteries, is what I'd call it, I guess. I say Temple
Yeah.
of Zaladin. Zaladin. The overall organization is called the Temple. It's got several monasteries. Basically, they're essentially just they train people. Okay, Zaladin was a once great figure. Essentially, he used to be a great warrior who basically almost single-handedly won a war for his country. But when he saw the amount of devastation that was caused by his own two hands, he basically vowed against violence, and it's just started. Basically, he started a new life purely on trying to right his wrongs and to essentially bring ease to all the injured. So basically the teachings of Zaladin are not quite like they're close to what a cleric would have, except minus any of the religious stuff. It's essentially it's all about atoning for oneself. Basically you've been till now, you've sinned. People have sinned, but you can always be better. That's essentially it. The entire place is all just about self improvement. Work for the other and make the self stronger.
Litney.
Vows of
make
poverty and stuff like that, are optional, They are not innate teaching of Zaladin. It's essentially just the main concept is to help other people, and in exchange you help yourself. The things like vows of poverty and stuff are extra things people take on top of that. If maybe they want to atone for some issue, some past wrongdoings, or something they could have stopped. Essentially just a matter of, like, that's an extra thing people take on top of that if they feel
Yeah.
like they need it.
Yep.
Litney just says, "Well, this is the second time I've met one of
You will know commonly thieves who try to reform and go into the into the become a monk of Zaladin. They will commonly take the oath of poverty to try to atone for their sins.
Hmm.
Litney has this nostalgic look to her face. Well, it seems your monastery is someone from a monastery is helping me out a second time. And by your oath, you are a reformed thief, if I see."
He will gesture.
Assuming,
Yes, sorry.
assuming I'm right, it's a bit of a usually when it comes to stuff like this, asking someone who tries to redeem themselves about their past is a bit taboo.
It varies. It varies from individual to individual. It kind of depends on how deep the scars are and how recent it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a matter of you bring up the dead past. Like, say, for example, if a guy's redeemed himself, led a, like, basically they're like the chief of a village, they've done great good, and you suddenly be like, hey, but you did a bad thing like 2 decades ago. That's a very assholeless thing to do
Yeah.
and can end badly for,
Yeah.
mostly everyone. But
Anyways,
it just depends on the individual. Lightly broaching the topic is not an
The
issue.
next person who is openly rude will be tentacle smacked by Isabella. Just so you
Yeah.
know.
So basically, again, he gestures towards you, Litney, but you don't know. I don't know if you know. I don't think you know. You don't know sign language.
No.
Razzle.
Isabella didn't
Yeah.
didn't sign up to be traveling with a bunch of rude
Yes.
bastards
Okay.
like that.
So Razzle and Isabella, you would understand that he basically says, I have committed problems, sins. I have wronged. I would say I have stolen, but perhaps the law would not call me a thief. But I cannot say I am not. It's basically from that you can just understand it's a complicated thing with a whole long story to it. It's probably something which
Yeah.
you can sum it up as morally he's a thief, but legally he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
And
will
if-
say this: we can continue this in a moment, but just so you guys know, he will essentially point out to you. He will walk forward.
Mhm.
He'll point out to you like the whole pitfall trap. He'll basically just show you that essentially there are two ways to avoid it. You cannot walk on the road anymore. You can see there are little tiny sticks that placed in the road. Clearly nowhere near, like, they're not particularly deep. They're like very detailed work also, not something which like a dragon would do. You can tell that this guy has been like putting up little sticks just to like warn people, like, this is a, you step here, it's dangerous. You step here, it's dangerous. Like, if you ignored him, you could have seen these sticks and just figured out where the traps were, just because he already
Isabella will
marked him beforehand.
Isabella
Yeah.
will sign to him saying, not to be rude or anything, but if you had enough time to intricately carve so many stakes, you could also have just used the same time to fill the holes.
He looks down at his very tiny form and small hands, and then over at the 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 holes, one of which is at least big enough to sink the carriage completely. And he just kind of waves at you that, I'm
too many.
I do not have the strength to come to overcome such an ordeal. I am sorry.
Vanaka
Yeah,
Vanaka
basically,
Falata will
he
say,
he
fair enough.
physically he
We haven't
physically
thought
could
about
not. He he put a lot of time into marking out the traps at least, but he can't. He physically, with his form, because he doesn't know magic, he can't cover it up.
Hmm.
If he knew magic, he'd be able to, but he doesn't, so he can't do what a dragon would do. And so he's basically gonna help you out, and so you could go for a bit of the way, but at the same time you understand that you're gonna have to leave the road. That's the only possible
Hmm.
way to
Yep.
go forward without like falling into a trap.
All right,
And
let's
as he
do it.
points to roughly like a part you could take safely, you do notice a far off in the distance along that part a cabin. And you guys can imagine now, especially Razzle,
And then
possibly the intention might have been that you guys uh, got your carriage stuck in a hole and have to walk by foot until you would probably take that path and end up in that cabin. That is what you imagine the idea would have been. And so Razzle, you're pretty sure that's probably the cabin that, you know, uh, that's the cabin you're supposed to meet the dragon at.
I wanted to come alone.
No, I'm
Um,
pretty sure it just said come to the cabin.
Razzle just
I'm
goes
gonna-
and points the cabin out to the others. Hope you met.
You're dying.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh
but
no, you've become a robot. You've been killed and replaced with a cyborg. I knew it. The frog was evil all
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, everyone is.
Alright.
Okay, I guess the internet's
Oh,
pretty shit right
boy.
now. That's very unfortunate. Luckily, it's
Uh,
pretty
I
close.
think everyone had this
Very
thing. Oh god.
You know what?
Oh wow.
It is exactly time to end the stream. Hold on, I'll be right back. Is it better? No. It is exactly time to end the stream.
No.
I think Discord has forcefully told us that we can't continue forward.
Hooray.
That's kind of unfortunate, but I think Discord's basically told us that
Okay,
it.
no,
I'm
it's
so
good.
shit ass.
It's good. It's
No,
good.
no, it's better.
Before
Do
we
you want to
stop-
try to move forward a little bit more to at least meet the dragon or skip it? Basically, this is the
Oh my
decision
God.
where you guys are going to have to take a long. It will. You guys are going to have to. Oh shit! You guys are going to have to take a long
Okay.
rest, and then tomorrow you will reach the Forbidden Forest. So the question is, do you?
Is this what aliens hear when they hear us? Because I don't think we're speaking the same language. That's how laggy this is. Oh god.
Okay, can
I
you
had to
guys?
turn
What
off
Can,
my
happened?
can you guys hear
Wi-Fi.
me?
Yes, now we
Yeah, I
can.
had
Okay,
to turn off my Wi-Fi.
this is very unfortunate. I feel like Discord
Yeah.
might die if we try to go further.
You
Yeah.
don't
I
say.
am
Uh,
going
uh,
to say.
I will ask you this one thing. Do you
Mhm.
guys you have to take a long rest here, or you can just keep going? Depends. I mean, the question is,
Yeah.
are you going to go to the cabin, or are you going to try to go a different direction and skip the cabin? That's kind of the question.
Isabella is going to send to unless what's her name again?
Basil?
Bomber.
Raz-
Yes.
Razzle.
Unless Razzle objects, she's going to send Banaka Falata ahead.
I think Discord.
Can speak
I
through
think-
him to
I
pretty
think-
much any distance,
Discord's
so-
violently fighting to prevent this.
I think Discord is telling us we have to stop now and figure this out
Yeah.
next week. That's
Call it for now.
that sucks.
Oh, God. Run! Save yourself! Discord's trying to kill one of us!
Well, it was a good game. Thank you for coming.
This
and
is-
I will,
yeah.
if you
This is very unfortunate. I think we should stop here because of Discord.
Discord is
Yeah,
hostage.
yeah.
We are to be slaughtered.
What do you guys think so far, at least, while I still have some connection to hear you? Are you going to end the stream here actually first?
It's
Anyone
good.
watching? Goodbye.
Discord is fighting.
I am so excited for whatever we do next week. I am I'm so sad we couldn't get that one last bit done. But what can we do?
You, Jack Billy, because one of us run.
You killed my bird wife, you colossal twat!
And I'll do it again!
Bye.